John, what went into the weekend rotation decision to go with Preston?
Well, I think with the amount of pitches that Ross threw on Saturday, giving him the extra day because we can is important. And I think we've been able to do that with all the rest of our pitchers in rotation for the year. So I didn't want to short him one day. So the more we watch the film and watch his really brilliant performance on Saturday, the more we wanted to give him the full extent of the week for to recover.
Will Ben be the first one out of the dugout on Friday night, or out of the bullpen if Preston gets in trouble?
It really depends on the situation. It depends on where we are in the lineup. It could be Lindgren, it could be Benny, it could be any one of those guys.
I think it's been 9 days for Preston. How do you get him back into, pitching?
Well, that's the other thing. We kept thinking about him on Sunday. The more days you add to him, I think the worse it is for him. And the more you shorten Ross, I think the worse it is for Ross. So the more we looked at it, the more we watched film, the more we thought that that would be the way to go.
Well, you lost to Vandy last year in the ACC tournament. What's something different about him this year?
Well, they lost some guys just like everybody else in the league did, but certainly, they're pitching as well as anybody in the entire country, and I think they're a very, very good club. I think they're as good as anybody. I think it's it's another SEC weekend. You're facing a guy on a Friday night who, is potential first-round pick, and it's just another weekend in this league. It really, Vanderbilt's very, very good, but several, it's like any other Friday night. I think everybody we're going to face is pretty good in this league.
It's kind of a cliche, but again, once your team got leads last week, it just seemed like an entire different operation, both defense, pitching, everything.
Yeah, and that's something we use Ross in relief, until that start. And when he has a lead, he's been very, very good. But we just haven't been able to. We just can't afford the luxury of having Ross in the bullpen anymore. So. I think maybe that helps us a little bit in acquiring a lead and being able to get to Lindgren and to Holder, who have been really good at the end of the ball games.
John, how do you feel about your catcher situation so far? Is it kind of Gavin and Zach this weekend, and not to throw it away, but hey, are they the two guys that you might lean toward?
Yeah, and I think Cody's been good too. I think he's had a couple of plays here and there that he would want back, but he's done a nice job as well. I like our catching situation. I have a lot of confidence in the fact that from week to week, I think it gets better. I think those guys feed off of each other. I think they're really starting to learn our staff. And, that's what happens when you have two senior catchers over a 2-year period. They learn the staff so well, but, other guys aren't getting to learn the staff. So these three guys, I think, are really learning our staff. They're really making good decisions. And I think Butch is doing a great job with Coach Wells and preparing those guys.
Does that go into the decision on the weekend of who fits better with the guy on the mound?
Well, there's a lot of different factors. One of which is the fact that we asked the pitcher, who are you more comfortable with in this situation? And we want the guy on the mound to be comfortable. We want we want the catcher to be comfortable. We certainly want Butch to be really comfortable. So from day to day, depending on how that person's doing in practice and even in games, we're making decisions. Who's going to be behind the plate. But I think we have some really good options, and I think all those guys are getting better.
How's CT's health at this point?
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to go full speed this weekend, so it might be a DH, it might be a wait and see, but, it's a shame because he's been swinging it so well. He re-injured that thing at Georgia, so, we'll see how he's doing tomorrow.
Does that automatically make Robbie out there, or could you feel a little good with maybe Derek out in center field?
Yeah, I think we do have some options there, and I think Derek has played really well, especially defensively, and he can really pressure the opponent offensively too. So, we'll wait and see. Tomorrow morning we'll sit down and talk about who we're going to put in the lineup. But certainly we feel like that's one of the places on the field where we have, some flexibility and some options.
You talked a lot about in the beginning of the season about learning about your team. How much more do you have to learn about this squad?
Yeah, I think you learn something every day, but certainly we know a lot more now than we did before. I think certainly there's some games we could have won early in the year, with a little bit more stability and knowing what we know about our personnel now. So I think there's some guys really starting to kind of rise to the occasion now, who were not playing as well before. And, we played 6 outfielders early in the year. We played 3 catchers. I mean, those two alone, I don't know if you can say that about any team in the country if they've started 6 outfielders and 3 catchers. So I feel like we have a much better handle on that. You really don't know until those guys play in-game situations how they're going to react. And I feel like we have a better He's only got about a couple minutes. For that.
In regards to the stability, are you concerned at all that there's still not a stable starting rotation or weekend rotation?
Well, you know, if these three guys pitch really well this weekend, I mean, that might stabilize some things. Certainly, you know, it'd be hard for me to imagine, no matter what happens this weekend, that Ross won't figure into that unless, you know, God forbid something happened to him physically. But, you know, he's a guy that's going to give you quality pitches every time out. And certainly Trevor's been very good. And, you know, in the middle of the week, we've gotten really, really good outings from Preston. So, you know, wait and see. I feel like we do have some options. I don't think Woody's completely out of the picture. You know, he's so close to making a lot of adjustments for us. So, you know, we'll wait and see.
Tyler Beatty, does that go through your mind, facing one of the better pitchers in the league?
You know, I'm just trying to play against the game. You know, we're not even going to be on the same field at the same time. So, to me, it's just me. I'm trying to get some ground balls, let my defense play.
You haven't pitched in about 9-10 days. Just how do you feel about that after the long way off?
I feel fresh. I mean, haven't pitched in a while. Arm feels good, so I'm ready to go out there, pound it. Yeah.
When did you learn that you were going to get the Friday night nod?
Coach Thompson told me on Wednesday. So, you know, I knew I'd throw at some point this weekend. I didn't know if I was going to be in the bullpen or start. And so he told me on Wednesday I was going to start Friday.
What was your reaction?
You know, I was excited. You know, everybody comes here wanting to be the Friday night guy in the SEC. That's everybody's, you know, dream. That's their goal. So I was obviously excited.
How do you stay, I guess, in pitching shape off of that long layoff?
Just, I mean, I threw some bullpens. I needed some of the rest. I threw a lot in the pen on Sunday in Arizona, and then I started Tuesday. So it was nice to get a little rest.
Talk about getting a lot of ground balls. Defense has played better as of late. That really has to boost your confidence as well, too.
Yeah, you know, it makes it real easy to, you know, get to the bottom of the zone, throw a lot of fastballs, and just let them get their outs.
When you haven't pitched in, I guess, 10, 9 days, whatever it's been, is that first inning that much more important to try to find that groove?
Yeah, I'll probably, you know, I might throw a couple extra in the bullpen to make sure I'm really, you know, feeling it before I go out there first inning.
Are there nerves at all that you need to worry about? Because obviously it's first SEC start on Friday night. And
I'm sure there'll be a little butterflies, but I'm not too nervous.
This team beat you last year in the ACC tournament. What is something Vandy's gotten different on, and what are they better at this year?
I think they graduated a lot of guys. You know, I don't know too much, but we're about to go to scouting report, so I guess I'll learn a little more about them. But you know, I know they're going to have some good arms.
They have the arms. As a pitcher, does your mindset change at all, knowing that there may not be a whole lot of runs on the board?
No, I just try to do the same thing every time I go out.
Thanks, Preston. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Take me through that famous routine you have that Butch always talks about.
Yeah, man, I just like to go down there and I throw my medicine ball. I like to get my legs and my back loose and go through my band circuit and my arm medicine ball, and then get into my arm circles and
once you start, though, you don't want to stop.
Yeah, well, once I start, I might start earlier, I might start later, depending on the score of the game. But I'll I'll judge it by how the game is going, so I can slow it down, I can speed it up, I can skip a few things if I have to. But
even as much as you like your team to win, is there ever disappointment that I got all this warm up for nothing?
Oh no, I mean that's part of the game. People, we call it getting humped. I mean, it happens all the time. Whether you like it or not, whether the coaches mean to or not, it happens.
Talk about when did you first start playing baseball?
Yeah, probably like T-ball, 4 or 5 years old, and just got out there and was. You know, I was an infielder, so.
Was that your game from the start?
Yeah, that was it. I played a little football, but I mean, honestly, at Go For It, I was kind of smaller to be in my position. I was in an awkward height and weight.
So when did you start growing?
Oh man, I would like grow up and then I'd grow out a little bit, and I'd grow up and down and up. So I mean, it was a little bit at a time over 9th and 10th grade probably.
When did you get the idea that I can make something out of this game?
Really probably not until my junior year. I started hitting pretty good, and then my senior year I had a pretty average, pretty good year on the mound, and put something together and had some guys calling, and that's when I kind of figured maybe I could play college ball.
You ever miss playing infield?
Yeah, absolutely. Just about every day when I'm sitting on a bucket watching Wes take down at first.
That could be you.
Yeah, could.
The Gulf Coast guy took your job away.
No, I came in, he was already there, so he's good.
But I want you taking the BP. I mean, you're a first baseman at heart.
Yeah, I mean that's my true identity, but
maybe
one day I'll get to show it.
Jay Powell always told me the thing he hated worst was giving up the hitting.
Oh yeah, that was tough, and I had to do that here. But you get over it and get on with your real job.
You ever want one of those funny substitution situations where, hey, I can get an at bat here?
Yeah, I got one last year. Actually, I got one AB, and actually in the same week I was on deck twice. So on deck's just about hitting. So
if not for Luis last year, you probably had more chances.
yeah, I know. He was pretty solid hitter for a pitcher though.
They may have asked you this already. What can you tell us about Preston? I know you get to see him a lot.
Filth. He's dirty. I mean, I've sat down there and watched him throw bullpens before from behind, and I mean, his ball. I don't know if he knows where it's. I mean, it just moves. It's just crazy, and you know, it's unreal to watch.
Yeah. What's he like as a person? I know you all have your very different personalities. What's his personality?
Yeah, I mean, he's just a good dude. He's just, you know, he's nice and he likes to help everybody out and do whatever anybody else needs on the team. So, pretty good dude.
Cool.
Just talk about again. I mean, this is your year to make an impression. You know, what do you want to accomplish this year?
I just want to win, man. I want to get back to Omaha and win a national championship. So whatever that means, however much I pitch, I mean, I just want to get back there and win.
Because closing is such a hit or miss thing that your team could have a 3-run lead, a 4-run lead, and it might matter or be 3 runs behind. I mean, you're so much at the mercy of what the rest of the team does.
Yeah, I mean, it depends, you know, but that's why it's a team game, and you can't play it by yourself because other guys got to do something to get me in. I got to do something to get us a win. So everybody's got to pull together and do their role. All right.